So I'm leaving these sugar beets out here on the just outside in the back porch, covered porch, and I'm seeing what's going to happen to them over the weeks or months. I got the onions out here also, and I've cut some up, and I'm going to ferment those. I'm going to put water in that bucket, set it out there, and fill the thing up with water. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'm just going to take this bucket, it's about 20 pounds in here, and I'm draining all the water out of the tanks because we got a big storm coming. And just going to set it right here. I'm going to go ahead and set it right there. I'm going to fill it up with water and let it ferment. Oh, I think the water's almost gone. The water's pretty low. Just gonna fill that thing up with water. Let it ferment. And it smells like some kind of mash because it's sugar. So let it ferment right there. And then just a quick side note. I've already let some ferment and I buried it in that location right there, that raised bed. But I got some Idaho potatoes or russet potatoes. They started to sprout, and I'm just dropping them in there. Notice I still have sugar beets growing. I was able to keep these watered a little bit. So it is possible for the sugar beets to still survive, depending on how you take care of them. Now, let me go ahead and run the onion experiment. I got onions on the table, and I've also got onions in here. But once that fills with water, I'm going to cover it with that. I'm going to cover the top. But over here, I've got onions buried in the soil right here. Okay, this whole bucket's filled with onions, and they're all buried in there. All right, and I'm just going to cover them up like so. Oh, might be able to get away with we're just going to cover them up. And cover them up. And oh, dang, hang on. I want it to breathe. So I'm going to cover, oh dang, look, I shattered it. I'm going to cover it up. And it's hard doing all this with one hand. I'm just going to let them breathe. See that? Soil material. Let this sucker breathe. That way it won't be an oven in there. It'll be hot, but it won't be an oven. And then once this gets where it's at, I'm just going to cover it up. Once it fills up to the top, and it's going to stink a little bit because it's a mash. It's sugar that's fermenting. All right. So that's a lot of experiment. You can't cover all the experiments that are taking place, but you can cover a lot of them. And let me show you right here too. All my turmeric sprouted, but they all started to die because it was too much sun. So I put this cover on top of it. And I got some turmeric growing in here. Oh, that's ginger. Ginger right there. And these are the sweet potato slips. And if you looked at that bench, I got sweet potato slips in a pot. I'm trying to figure out how to keep them going year round. And let me show you over here too. Harvested all the figs.